So my job as a mom is to just make sure that when that kind of behavior is going on, the kids are kept safe and protected. When I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on? Exactly. It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount. Right. And I refuse to take this. Right. You understand what is going on with Kim and Kanye and their kids? Well, this is a really tough situation for Kim. So Kanye is acting way out of control, and we all know he deals with mental health problems. He has just lost it. Clearly if a mom has kids and is divorced from the dad, then of course you want the dad to be in the child's life if that dad is healthy and mentally and emotionally stable and is a good influence on the child, but that's not always the case if the dad, for example, is a criminal or is into drugs or some kind of self-destructive behavior. So, here's the big rumor people online are talking about right now. Kanye could be about to lose access to his kids, and the internet is blaming Kim. According to all the gossip flying around, Kim has finally reached her limit and is supposedly getting ready to do the biggest thing possible, a super strict conservatorship that would let her control Kanye's money and give her full custody of the children. The reason everyone is so excited about this news. People close to the situation say Kim thinks Kanye has become impossible to deal with. From supposedly letting North get involved in controversial music stuff connected to Diddy to supposedly letting sketchy people hang around the kids, the whole thing looks messy and not safe. Sources say Kim didn't just sit and complain. She supposedly asked for an emergency custody hearing right away, really wanting to stop this for good. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Word is she might actually have the strong legal help to make it happen thanks to one very powerful person quietly supporting her plan. Last night I was like, why is this happening? And here's the thing, this panic didn't come out of nowhere. Kim's been quietly worrying about her kids' future for a long time now. If you watched the season 7 premiere of The Kardashians, you could hear it in her voice. She openly talked about feeling a growing urgency to protect her children from what she sees as Kanye's increasingly toxic public behavior. According to Kim, the kids aren't babies anymore. They're getting older, more aware, more online, and sooner or later, they're going to stumble across everything their dad has been posting, saying, and doing in full view of the internet. And for Kim, that's terrifying. As a mother, she believes her #1 job is shielding them from that kind of exposure. The chaos, the headlines, the controversies before it starts shaping how they see themselves, their family, and their world. And sources say that realization is exactly what pushed her from concern into action. So my job as a mom is to just make sure that at a time when that behavior is happening is just to make sure that they are protected. And this is where Kim says the line gets crossed. Adults can process chaos. Adults can separate noise from reality, but kids, they're still way too young for that. In past interviews and on the show, Kim has admitted how overwhelming it's been watching private family issues explode into public spectacle. One minute she's living her real life, the next she wakes up to the internet claiming she's keeping the kids that Kanye never calls, that she's somehow holding them hostage. And according to Kim, none of that reflects reality. She's made it clear this is a divorce, not a kidnapping. But the constant online narratives, the accusations, the viral chaos. She says it's confusing, exhausting, and impossible to keep responding to without it spiraling even further. For a long time, Kim believed she was handling it, managing it, protecting the kids quietly behind the scenes. But now, as the children grow older and become more aware of the world around them, sources say she feels the stakes have changed. And that's why people close to her claim she's no longer ruling out extreme measures. Because in her mind, this is no longer about public drama. It's about long-term damage control. It's the first time I think one of my kids knew what was happening. I've been able to hide it for so long. I always felt like I had a little bit of like Stockholm syndrome to where I always felt really bad and always protected and always wanted to help. And this was the first time I didn't feel that responsibility personally. And according to people following this situation closely, Kim's fears aren't coming out of thin air. Since the divorce, she and Kanye have technically shared custody, but insiders claim a recent incident completely changed the game. The story going around is that Kim was allegedly informed at the last minute that Kanye planned to have controversial internet figures Andrew and Tristan Tate present during a visit with their 11-year-old daughter, Northwest. Whether intentional or not, sources say that information instantly set off alarm bells, and that's when Kim reportedly moved fast. The visit was allegedly cut short. No waiting, no debating. Almost immediately afterward, as she contacted her legal team and pushed for an emergency custody hearing. To those close to her, this wasn't about headlines or control. It was a line she felt could not be crossed. And from that moment on, insiders say the situation escalated from a messy co-parenting struggle into a full-blown legal war. Kim and Kanye share for little kids, as yo. Come talk to me. No. Kanye West live on the internet crashing out over child custody. And as a leader, I'm saying how supposed to leave y'all if I don't got my kids with me to continue what we doing. I ain't got no motherfucking legacy. So why do you think I'll be spazzing out? For years now, Kanye has reportedly accused her of controlling access to the children, while Kim's circle insists she's been forced into damage control mode again and again. And if sources are right, this latest chapter may be the most explosive one yet. And then there's the part that Kim allegedly finds impossible to ignore. The controversial statements Kanye has been making publicly about the entertainment industry and Jewish people. These comments, which have already sparked massive backlash online and in the media, are reportedly another major red flag for her. Sources say Kim is deeply worried about what happens when her kids inevitably see those clips, read those headlines, and try to make sense of it all. In her mind, this isn't just about bad press anymore. It's about the long-term impact of being connected to rhetoric that's been widely criticized as hateful and inflammatory. Insiders claim this is exactly the kind of exposure Kim fears could follow her children for the rest of their lives. And when you stack that on top of everything else, the instability, the legal chaos, the public meltdowns, people close to Kim say this was the moment she realized silence was no longer an option. The answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing. And if things weren't already explosive enough, critics say Kanye only poured more gasoline on the fire with his latest move. The release of the Diddy Link track featuring a verse from North reportedly sent shockwaves through Kim's circle. To many watching from the outside, it felt like a deliberate provocation at the worst possible time. Sources claim this is exactly the kind of public exposure Kim has been trying to prevent, especially with their daughter now old enough for every headline and clip to live forever online. Insiders say the timing alone raised eyebrows and the optics. Even worse, to Kim, according to people close to her, this wasn't art or creativity. It was another moment where boundaries were ignored, warnings were brushed off, and her concerns were validated in the most public way possible. And for those following the situation closely, this release may have been the final straw that pushed everything from private tension into full-blown crisis mode. Heavens! And when you stack all of this together, it's honestly not hard to see why Kim is reportedly at her breaking point. Between the controversies, the public backlash, the unpredictable decisions, and the constant headlines, insiders say her anxiety has been building for months. That's why a couple of months ago, viewers saw her visibly break down while talking about what it's really like to co-parent with Kanye. According to people close to her, that moment wasn't staged and it wasn't exaggerated. It was exhaustion finally spilling over. And this is exactly why, according to insiders, Kim is officially done playing nice. People close to her claim she's now making serious moves behind the scenes, allegedly exploring a conservatorship that would place Kanye under legal control, give her authority over his assets, and secure full custody of their children. And that's not even the wildest part. Rumors suggest Kim has also been considering removing Kanye's name from the kids' last names altogether. One insider speaking to the Globe claimed Kim feels Kanye has become increasingly absent from their lives and at this point she sees no reason not to pursue full custody, in seasons. So, I come healthy relationships, but it's not easy. When was the last time Kanye saw the kids? Whenever he'll call for them and ask. It's probably been a couple months since we've heard from him. But how do you handle, because it's all on you in those moments, the disappointment if any from the kids? Like, how do you explain those moments to them? They always knew that he had a big life traveling before and was always on tour and all of that. So, and that he lives in different countries all the time and loves to live all over the place. So, we manage it really well. Like they love like their life. According to that source, she believes the court would side with her. They say Kim has reached her absolute limit. Done being dismissed, done being accused, but most of all, done watching her children get disappointed again and again. Some insiders even claim she's openly discussed changing the kid's last name to Kardashian permanently. Now, here's where longtime fans say things get eerily familiar. This wouldn't be the first time conservatorship rumors have followed Kanye. Years ago, Kanye himself accused Kim of trying to have him committed. In a series of explosive posts on X, he claimed Kim, Kris, and Corey were attempting to lock him up, even comparing the situation to the movie Get Out. He alleged doctors were involved. Flights were arranged and control was the real goal. Those posts sent shock waves across the internet and fans never forgot them. In fact, online detectives have been revisiting those old claims lately, digging deeper into whether Kim would even have the power to pull something like this off. And that's when one name started popping up again and again. Lou Taylor, the controversial figure linked to Britney Spears' conservatorship. A woman many believe played a role in controlling and financially dismantling multiple celebrities. There is no confirmation of her involvement here, but the mere association has sent conspiracy circles into overdrive. To some, it's coincidence. To others, it's history repeating itself. And if the speculation is even partially true, this isn't just another celebrity custody fight. This could become one of the most controversial legal battles Hollywood has seen in years. There's rumors going around everywhere that Justin Bieber just signed with L. Taylor. What you guys might not know is that Justin Bieber has been struggling with a whole lot of mental health issues these last couple of years. So signing Justin Bieber fits Lou Taylor's MMO to a T. And things get even juicier when you dig into the business side. That same controversial figure Lou Taylor is listed as a registered agent for King Kylie LLC, King Kylie Holdings, and KKW Fragrance. And insiders and fans alike are buzzing with speculation. Could it be that years ago Kim quietly enlisted Lou's help to place Kanye under a conservatorship, and now according to rumors she may be attempting a similar move, but this time sources claim it's not about money or control. This time it's allegedly about protecting her children. Adding fuel to the fire, some fans point to Kim's recent health revelation as another possible factor behind her decisive actions. On a recent episode of The Kardashians, she opened up about doctors discovering low activity in parts of her brain reportedly due to a small aneurysm. According to reports, the news hit her hard, leaving her emotionally drained. And insiders say that the combination of her health worries, the ongoing public chaos, and what they describe as Kanye's unpredictable behavior may have pushed her into a mindset where only extreme measures feel like enough. In the eyes of those close to her, this isn't just a legal maneuver. It's a mother fighting to regain stability for her family in a storm that shows no signs of letting up. I didn't want to have children with this person after the first 2 months of being with her. But that wasn't God's plan. This white woman and this white family have the control of these highly influential black kids. Now it's like it's war. I'm in charge. I'm in charge of my legacy. But that it's like not letting me see my kids. The Kardashians bullying me. Not let me see my kids. A source told ET in March, Kim's priority is the well-being and safety of her children and to protect them from being around Kanye's controversial behavior. It doesn't put things in perspective. You have no idea what it really is like until you go through it yourself. It sucks, when someone doesn't see how different they are. You'll always hope that you'll see a glimpse of them, and I hope I do. Fame always comes at a price, but for Kim Kardashian, that price might be her children. The drama between Kim and Kanye West has escalated to a heart-stopping crossroads, one that could determine the future of their 4 kids, especially their eldest, North. What began as a whirlwind romance played out on the world stage has spiraled into a chaotic custody battle teetering on the edge of disaster. And according to top experts, Kim's next move could be the line between keeping her children close or losing them entirely. The whispers are chilling. Some insiders claim North could be the first Kardashian child at risk of being taken by the state if Kim doesn't act in fast. This isn't gossip or tabloid exaggeration. Attorneys and legal minds, including Dr. Phil McGrath, are openly discussing the possibility. On a recent episode of the Two Angry Men podcast, Dr. Phil delivered a stark warning. If Kanye is creating an unsafe environment and Kim fails to intervene legally, she could be deemed unfit to protect her own children. Think about that. Kim Kardashian, the billionaire mogul, cultural icon, reality TV queen, could lose her kids, not because of what she did, but what she didn't. So, what sparked this alarming situation? It all started with a shocking visit to Kanye's recording studio. Sources say Kim rushed there after learning Kanye had invited Andrew and Tristan Tate, controversial internet figures notorious for their legal troubles and inflammatory behavior. For Kim, it wasn't just a questionable guest list. It was a red flag. She reportedly whisked North away immediately, clearly shaken by the company her children were in. But in the cold eyes of the law, a split-second reaction isn't enough. Courts look for patterns, protection, and proactive measures. And that's where Kim could be vulnerable. Family law experts and Dr. Phil emphasize one principle above all: the safety and well-being of the children. If a judge determines that Kim hesitated too long to set legal boundaries with Kanye, it could tip the scales against her. Worse, if she's seen as knowingly exposing her kids to risk, whether through Kanye's erratic public behavior or controversial associations, she could be held accountable, too. Fame, fortune, followers, they don't matter in family court. Evidence, action, and proof of protection do. In a family courtroom, Kim's status is irrelevant. Her duty is clear. Protect her children, create stability. Make decisions prioritizing their safety over her own comfort or desire to avoid conflict. You know that the thing about the kids at some point here, and not for the younger ones, it's at some point for North. It's right now, right, that you're, even if she doesn't see it, even if somehow Kim is able to keep that away from her, the kids that she, her friends at school, they're going to know about it, they're going to see it, and it puts the kids in a horrible situation, loss of custody or even state intervention. This is an unprecedented family courts have intervened in high-profile cases before. Britney Spears lost custody of her kids during her public struggles. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt battled for years over their children. Even Madonna faced challenges across the board. The court's priority was safety, not celebrity. Time is slipping away. If Kim believes Kanye poses a danger, she must act, and fast. Handling things privately could be too little too late. Legal action might ignite another public war, but at least it's decisive action to protect her children. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were once Hollywood royalty, the ultimate power couple. Their love story unfolded under the world's gaze. Their 4 children born into fame and fortune. But beneath the glittering facade, chaos brewed. Kanye's struggles with mental health, erratic behavior, and unfiltered public rants created constant tension. Kim, a master of control and calculated moves, often found herself clashing with Kanye's impulsive streak. The breaking point came in 2020 during Kanye's disastrous presidential bid. At a campaign rally, he shockingly revealed intimate details about Kim's pregnancy with North, claiming they had considered abortion. Kim was devastated and humiliated. From there, things spiraled. Kanye unleashed multiple Twitter rants, accused Kim's family of being white sup. Remissists claimed she tried to lock him up, and even insisted he had wanted a divorce for years. North, she'll go to her dad. She'll be like, "Dad is the best. He has it all figured out. He doesn't have a nanny. He doesn't have a chef." By early 2021, Kim filed, ending their 7-year marriage. But the chaos didn't end. Kanye's behavior worsened, especially when Kim started dating Pete Davidson. Kanye launched violent online attacks, posting images of Pete buried alive, and repeatedly threatened him. Despite Kim's private pleas, Kanye refused to stop. The real battleground, though, has always been their children. Kanye accused Kim of keeping the kids from him and even claimed he wasn't invited to Chicago's birthday party, having to get the address from Travis Scott. The custody war has grown into a public spectacle, one with life-altering consequences. So, what do you think? Should the state intervene to protect North, or should Kim and Kanye have been given more time to resolve things privately? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss a single twist.